you had a choice at that point, which was go back and work for someone else, go back to Poland, or balls to the wall, go in harder. And what did you decide to do, AD?
Person seeing the same place,
Definitely.
same routine,
Definitely.
fell in love
Definitely.
with two different
Different
stuff.
part.
We couldn't salvage anything because it was whole industrial estate was wiped off over 3
Terrible.
days.
Hi guys, I'm Freddy from Master Stitch.
And I'm Adrian from Quick Shirts. Welcome to Rag Trade Podcast.
And a quick shout out to our sponsors, Midwest Machinery and Casual Classics. Guys, I hope you enjoy the episode. Hi everyone, and welcome to the Rag Trade Podcast.
My name is Adrian and I'm director and owner of Quick Shirts Limited.
And my name is Freddy, and I am the owner of Master Stitch Limited Embroidery Company, also based in Harlow. So, what is the Rag Trade Podcast all about then, Adrian?
It's about the rag trade.
So I think we sat down the other day,
Yeah.
and we had an idea about having a chat about what goes on in our industry, because when we looked online, no one's really doing it, right?
Of course, there is a niche in the podcast showing rag trade, trade industry which is based on printing on the textiles, garment decoration, embroidery on them, hats, workwear, schoolwear, on everything what we can call a rag trade.
Definitely. And I think we want to be able to give you guys an in-depth look into what actually goes on within our industry. So we're not just going to be talking about printing t-shirts, we're going to talk about what it actually takes to run a business in our industry.
Of course.
All the good, all the bad, and everything in between.
Yes,
You
we're
know?
going to have loads of guests coming
Yep.
in to chat with us,
Yep.
to give us the clue what they doing, how they came approach to the rag trade businesses, printers. We're going to have loads of people
Yeah.
which want to show off what they do, how they start, and what they're going to have in the future in them businesses.
Definitely. I think this is going to be really interesting because we're going to be able to get people from all different walks of life, from people that sell machines, sell garments, sell consumables, and also real people in the industry that have a hands-on approach to everything that they do within this. So I'm really excited, and I think that me and you are going to be able to really break down what it takes to be in this business, you know?
In the next couple of episodes, we'll have a great guest which already signed up for it.
Yeah.
They want to introduce themselves, they want to chat to us, and we're hoping we're going to have a big feedback from all of you which gonna follow, gonna like it, dislike it, or want to take a part of it.
Definitely.
Because the rag trade is the place when we can express ourselves and we can talk about business,
Definitely.
about money, about numbers,
Yeah.
about everything what's important to keep all of us going.
I'm really looking forward to this. I think we're going to give people a real view into what it takes to run this business. So, Adrian, starting off with you, how did you get into the industry and what's your story when it comes to the rag trade?
I never thought I'm gonna do that in my life. The first approach was when I was like young, 20. I went to England as a trainee printer into one of the biggest print shops in UK. Later on, after couple months of training, I became to be a printer. I like it. I've been very well trained, and I just feel it. That was something what I want to do it. Every day was different. Every hour of work was giving me some new techniques, new clues, what we can achieve on the garments, how they are made, how they are printed, how they embroidered. And that's why I went to the rag trade, because from day one, that was something what I really liked.
So let me ask you a question. Before you came to the UK,
Yeah.
Never printed a T-shirt.
Never printed a single T-shirt.
Never even knew how T-shirts
I was
printed.
qualified quality engineer in one of the Opel factory in Poland.
Vauxhall, as we know, right?
As we know, Vauxhalls. And from my school background, I'm a high voltage electrician, which is also great opportunity to make a big money.
Yeah,
but
of course.
when I start to do printing,
So let me ask you a question. You came off the plane, right?
yeah,
And then
landed in Luton,
landed in Luton, brilliant.
which
So
was
landed
a really
in Luton, landed in
time.
Luton, and then came to London,
Yeah.
right? And how did you get the job at the first print shop? How did that all work out?
It was quite hard because my high knowledge of English language was so high that I get my first job asking in a work agency, "Hi, any work?"
Just like that?
Just like that.
When was this, Adrian? What year was
That
this?
was in 2004.
So this was the golden time, right?
Yes,
This was
that
the
was
time.
all expansion of all the Eastern Europeans coming into England because it was great opportunity to get experience, to get great workplaces, to be in a democratic country where you can express yourself,
Yeah.
who you are, you can say whatever you want, and that's how my journey started.
So went to the agency,
Yep.
said, "Hi, I need some work."
Exactly.
And they said to you, "We've got this place and you can start tomorrow."
Yeah.
And where was that place?
That was one of current leader of screen printing. It was a Fresher Limited, which always need a hand to work. And after I met the owner, get the trainee placement in there, I fell in love in screen print. That's how my journey started.
So started off at Fresh Air.
Yes.
How long was you there for?
I was there trained for 2 years.
Learnt the trade.
Learn
Bottom
the
up,
trade,
right?
learn the machines, learn how to run them, how to set up the jobs, learn about quality of the prints, learn about all the principles, which in current days, when you are screen printer, you've got great opportunity to make the money
Definitely.
because that's a niche profession right now. Back in the days, England and United States, that was two major places where the profession of screen printer was having a school, designing school, that was teaching how to do
the
it.
infrastructure's here, definitely.
Now it's gone.
Yeah,
so
sadly.
that's the podcast is for, to show the trade is still running and it still will run forever.
Why do you think that trade is no longer here?
Everything during the times changed. New techniques, all this equipment in computers, ITs and stuff. People start to do loads of things abroad. So manual handling of the garments and stuff, everything is pushed away a bit, but it will never finish because the places where the biggest gigs and concerts happening. UK, London, all the O2s, Manchester, Birmingham, Leeds, whatever, all the best festivals.
Yep, Glastonbury, all of them.
Where the people flying from?
Yep.
When you see Armin van Buuren, all the famous DJ,
all
where
the
they
big- all
want
the
to
big
play.
guys. Yeah,
They want to
definitely.
play here. So you need to do some stuff down here to make sure they've got enough merchandise. And that's what we're going to talk about.
Do you remember the first T-shirt you ever printed?
Yes, it was quite funny because that wasn't a T-shirt for any gig or something. That was as everyone knows in England, we love football.
Of course, number one.
Number one. So
Not
what
that
the
I love football.
No, that was the nasty one. The referees are.
Ah, okay, a bad word,
A
yeah?
bad word.
So that was your first T-shirt.
Yes,
You were
double white, screen printed T-shirt.
double hit white
Yeah.
on a
then
coloured shirt in a bundle of 10 in a
that's
box.
it,
The good
that's
old
it.
days. The good
That
old
was
days.
my first setup in my life.
So from learning at Fresh Air,
Yeah.
you've been to most of the print shops here, right? So for going from Fresh Air,
Yep.
where was the next step on the journey?
The next stop in my journey was TO T-shirts.
Just down the road.
Yeah. just down the road. It wasn't far away from my house, but they gave me a massive opportunity to higher up the skills, which I get flexibility to run various machines, to do my daily schedule by myself, to follow something new called IT system, which one no more contain a paperwork,
all on
everything was
iPads,
computerized. So that was another journey which gave me a skills with a different kind of work ethics. So you've got your schedule, you've got your timings, you know how long it's going to take you to set up the machine, to run the job. You don't need to estimate too much, but you're focusing on quality of production, consistency. So that's what it was all about something new happening on my journey with a screen print.
So fresh air to Tots.
Yep.
Tots, what's next?
Next was Fifth Column. That was
another
the
London printer. Another good printer.
Great printer with a great owners that days. Another place that I learned something new. Some customers which need exceptional treatment, so give the service to the bottom of the line. Everything needs to be spotless, where the previous big printers was based on volumes.
Big jobs, get it out the door. Yeah.
Everything during that journey was already in my head, in my hands. So the next step was just to create something for myself, which is my baby Quick Shirt.
So from Fifth Column,
yep,
you then took a massive plunge and decided, I'm going to try this for myself.
Yes, that's what I've done.
And I think that's where I started working with you.
Yes.
When you got the place along Garman Road in Tottenham, the print shop with the old McPherson machine in there, right?
Old M&M American machine.
M&M?
M&M, American M&M. That was the first machine Quick Shirts ever installed.
That was the grey one, right?
It was greyish, black colour.
With the McPherson dryer. Is that where I got it from?
With a Panther dryer.
Oh, yes.
Full electric dryer.
Do you know what? They're good dryers, though.
Of course.
They are good, compact
UK,
dryers.
Compact, UK made, with all the panels.
Yeah.
They was done in UK. So that was
good dryers.
Cheap, efficient, and doing the work.
Some of those dryers that are 30, 40 years old are still running today because they're very basic.
Yeah, but they do the job.
Just
keep going.
Keep going. So, Quick Shirt started what year?
That was in 2015 when I decided to step out from the print shop floors and create something for myself. I've created something because of the one reason. From day one, I just love it. That was something what I want to do. And as you know me for years already, I'm doing that with my hands till now.
Definitely. I've watched you build this business from the bottom up, you know, and it was sad that we had a little bump in the road.
Yeah,
if you want to explain what happened there.
Massive one, actually. There was a massive fire in Northumberland Park in Garman Road Industrial Estate, where 14 companies was wiped off by the fire, and the fire brigade couldn't stop it.
Nothing to do with you, right?
No,
it's
it was
external
just external fire in a building number one, which spread accordingly to another buildings over 3 days. Yeah. And because of the water pumps troubles and fire brigades have a massive hassle that time to stop it, we couldn't salvage anything because it was whole industrial estate was wiped off over 3 days. So that was something what makes me feel like we're already done and we're not gonna do anything more in that business.
I can remember that. That was traumatic. So you had a choice at that point, which was go back and work for someone else.
Yep.
Go back to Poland.
Yep.
Or balls to the wall, go in harder. And what did you decide to do, AD?
That was a bit mess up in my head because I was thinking till the end we're not gonna handle the insurance case because that's the hardest bit to go through. They always want to con you for some money. They don't want to pay you out the amount what you insured for because they found in a bits and bobs which one was with a tiny writing. So for me, as someone who haven't got any knowledge about all these terms and condition contracts and stuff, you think you pay massive money to be insured, you wish to stand out again and try to have the business back. But it doesn't work like this. So that's what we're gonna talk about as well, about how people lost everything, how people cannot survive because of COVID impact and stuff like this. But going back to the topic, after I decide we're gonna accept what insurance offer, I've got my first employer from Fresh Air, which is Mr. Lee, approached me with a great offer. Adrian, we know each other years and years. He was working for me. Why not start Quick Shirts again, but get me on board as your business partner?
And how did you find that? Because before it was just you.
Yes, it was me, it was my way. But I considered that and decide there is nothing to lose.
Only to gain.
I already lost everything. The fire wiped it off. So what's the point to don't take a chance? Maybe that was something what needs to happen, you know.
Yeah, it's funny how life goes,
someone somewhere got an eye on you always, and that's what I'm coming from. That's what my background coming from. So I decided to take that offer, and I don't regret it.
That was going to lead me on to my next question. Knowing where you were and where you are now, do you feel that you made the right choice at that time?
Of course. My business partner is one of the best businessmen in the industry. It's not about he print the shirts. He got the numbers, he got forecasts, he know people, and that's what is important in that
he's got
business.
the relationships.
Relationships, trust with suppliers, with competitors, because you never know whose help you're gonna need. And that's
100%.
how he approached me. Say, I remember you was a great printer, and I know in the rug trade business you can make a big shout soon.
And look at where you are now.
And we're doing that.
It's mad how it works, isn't it?
Keep trying.
This, you know, you have this preconceived idea about how your journey's going to go, right? And it's good to stick to the plan, but sometimes a big hump will come in the road, and you're tested at that time, and you either have to go left or right or run away. Now, the left way for you might not be the right way for me.
Of course.
But looking back at the story and being an outsider looking in, I think you hit the nail on the head there. And I think from where you were to where you are now, I want to say that I think you've done amazing work, you know, and this business is very much based on you.
It is, but it's also related on the people who you've got around you.
Yeah, your crew's very good.
So as you know, we've got people here employed in Quick Shirts from day one, and they're still in here. It's not about massive money as a salary. It's about the way how we work. It's about how we treat each other.
Would you say you're a family here?
This is gonna be always my second home and my second family. That place.
Well, you spend more time here than you do anywhere else.
Of course.
You know, and these people, they know you probably better than anyone else also.
Yeah. And story like this, we want to show off that it's not only about print, embroider, or hip press the garment and sell it.
Yeah,
it's
the whole
about
backstory,
what
isn't it?
we do, all
every
the
day.
backstories, what we're trying to achieve and what we're trying to create.
It's been fascinating watching your story, because I've known you since I was a little boy, and I've always look to you as one of the premier printers in the UK. You know, and it has been a pleasure to watch you grow all the way through and to see where you are now, going from strength to strength. One more question I've got for you. So we saw where you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Now we're going to look to the future. Where do you see yourself and Quick Shirts within the industry going forward in 5 years' time? Where do you see all of this?
Okay, I'm gonna be totally honest with everyone. I don't see myself sitting in a boardroom and do the orders. I see myself, till the health let me do it, to be on the print shop, to still give advice to my printers, to try to get them the skills I think I've got. And when I gonna decide to step out, I'm gonna be always available for them. That's what the plan is.
I think that's what sets you apart from a lot of other people, where you are on that shop floor all the time, keep an eye on things, and you lead by example. I never see you having a go at any of the staff or, you know, having a pop. I only ever see you being a positive force, and that's why the staff respect you.
Because that's the one bit I remember from many places, when you treat your staff the right way. Don't get me wrong, you can have ups and downs,
of course,
you can have
just like friendships.
arguments between each other. But end of the day, when we're closing the shutter doors and everything is done how it's supposed to be done, customers are happy, behind the doors, they're gonna smile at you and say, see you tomorrow. No, I'm walking out from here
catch you on the
and
next one.
finally I can go home. When you can
I've
have people like this.
I know what that feels like.
So
You know, I do. That's a very interesting story, Adrian.
that was a short bit of the story. But it's getting to the point when we can agree that that was the things what I want to do in my life. And
So
that's where we are now.
You're happy.
Of course.
That's
I
the main
wouldn't be
thing.
happy doing something else.
That's the main thing I
Change
found.
it to something else right now.
It's not all about the money. Money is so
remember
important, but happiness.
One of my family members told me one bit: when you do what you love, you achieve what you want.
Flip side to that, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. Interesting story, Adrian.
It is.
Interesting story.
Okay, Freddy, we know already my story. So if you don't mind, I wish to know a little bit about yourself. Because I remember you as a little chubby boy.
I know, I'm still a chubby boy now.
Oh, you're right.
Little bit different to you. I was born into the industry. So going back, my grandfather was in the rag trade, my father's in the rag trade, now I'm in the rag trade. So as a little boy, I always knew that my family printed t-shirts, and I spent most of my summer holidays and weekends running around print shops, under the machines, getting ink covered all over me,
Cleaning
the screens. But at that age, you don't see it as work, you see it as play and fun. And then I never really wanted to get into the industry. I always wanted to do different things because I don't think I understood the industry at a young age. And then I didn't have the best time at school, a little bit of a naughty boy, and then left school and went to work, same place that you did, Fresh Air, and went on the end of the dryer, cleaning all the squeegees, learnt all of the really bad jobs first, and then decided that I didn't want to be a t-shirt printer because I used to look at them all setting up the garments on the machines, and I used to get really upset when things weren't right, and I thought, nah, that wasn't for me. And
So that's already showing us two persons seeing the same place,
Definitely.
same routine,
Definitely.
fell in love
Definitely.
with two different
different
stuff.
parts.
Because if you don't mind saying, what your part in the rag trade?
So I'm sales, really, right? I'm not a printer or an embroiderer or anything like that. I'm not a specialist. What I do is I run embroidery machines and screen print machines, and I sell the finished products. So I am the other side of the business where I don't really get involved in day-to-day of production. All I'm worrying about is selling the stuff, meeting the customers, and making sure that, you know, we're building these relationships to last a lifetime. So we are in the same industry, but we are different parts of the industry. But when I was young, I think I saw the stress of what my family would go through, especially in the busy times, to meet the customers' needs. And I always thought, I don't want to do that, I'm not too sure about that. And I kind of shied away from it. I wish, going back now, that I dug my teeth into it at a younger age, because I think that I would have been a little bit further on now to where I am now. But
would you feel good with it? That's the question.
That's a good question. I'm not sure is the answer. But what I can tell you about is I left Fresh Air when I was 20 years old, but I never really took it seriously, and then realised how big and bad the world really can be. So at the age of 22, I got my good old mum, shout out mum, to lend me £8,000, and I bought a 6-colour M&R Cruiser hand screen print machine, a dryer, and all of the bits to start a little print shop. Now, bear in mind, I had never printed by hand before this, but I understood the dynamics of it, right? So my experience was on carousels, automatic, but it's the same sort of concept where you're pushing ink through screens to put an image on, or so I thought.
Theoretically.
So I thought. So, got this machine from M&R, right? And got it all down, got it all unwrapped, it was all lovely, and then they all left, and then I thought, oh, what am I going to do now? And this is kind of before the YouTubes and everything else, so what I did was I spoke to another printer that did it by hand, and I said, can I come down
and have a look
and just watch you and see how you do it? And he said, yeah, no problem. Came down, learnt about angles of squeegees, colours, everything. But they used to call me One Colour Freddy, because I would only ever print one colour. But I could do a double hit white on a black, so that would be print, flash, print, because on a hand machine you can bring it back around. And then from doing that, I learnt how to deal with customers. And then I thought, right, I'm not a good printer, but I'm good at sales, and I understand the business. So that's where I thought, right, let me get rid of that and just concentrate on selling. And then I started to be a middleman, started to do really, really well, because I used to be into the drum and bass world. I used to be a big raver. And how I really cut my teeth in this industry was I provided all of the finished garments to all of the big raves. So this is people like Slamming Vinyl, AWOL, Breaking Science, like big promoters that have been around a long, long time. And then from producing the garments, people started to ask me for embroidered items like caps. So I met up with another guy who had his own machine, and we were doing loads of 3D embroidered caps, and I was doing really well. I was buying them for this, selling them for this, making great money. But the problem was the guy that I was using kept letting me down. That meant that I let my customers down. So what I decided was, how hard can it be to run an embroidery shop? Little did I know how hard it was really going to be. So I called up Dean at Midwest, and I said, Dean, I'm new to the game, but I've heard that Happy Japans are the best machines on the market. And he said to me, yep, I'm your man, I'm here to help. Now, Dean done me a massive favour and helped me out when I didn't have any money at the start. And I think Dean believed in me. So managed to get a 6-head Happy Japan machine. Got a unit down in Watford, got a worker. Remember, this is all new to me. I'd only ever been a one-man band. And I can remember having this brand new £30,000 machine and thinking, I better make this work, right? So, managed to start selling the garments with embroidery on, right? And then I started to do really, really well. And within probably 1 year, I'd got my second machine, second worker, and it started to get really exciting. And within 2 years after that, I've then got 30 plus heads, 4 members of staff doing big production. But then when I actually looked at it and I did all of the numbers, I realised that with embroidery, it's not so much the more you do, the more you earn. It's the better work that you do that you'll earn the top money, which is why I never got involved in workwear or uniform.
Of course.
Because I saw that
something was for big scale, but the margin is low.
margin's very low, volume is big.
And the customer not expect miracles.
No, but also I like to work with people rather than companies. So did that, and then I had an idea where I wanted to be the #1 3D embroiderer onto caps in the UK. Now I haven't yet made it there.
So that's mean you specialize on the 3D caps. That's your bread and butter.
That is my bread and butter.
Most of the percentage of the turnarounds you do is from that typical method of embroidery.
Definitely,
Yeah?
definitely. And we've really specialised in that skill. It's a nightmare to get right. It takes years to learn it, but once you've got it, it becomes easy. It's just learning what threads to use, what foams to use. You know, we've used Madeira, Marathon, we've used everyone. And we've now found our little way of doing things, and things are perfect. So I'm happy about where I was and all the maybe wrong turnings I took to get me to where I am here. But as you know now, we're both based in the same place.
Yes.
So we work together and we offer a full 360 deal to all of our customers. So the whole idea is the customer comes to one place and they can get everything. Garment supply, garment finishing, screen printing, DTF, embroidery, DTG, the whole service. Because we like to make it easy for the customers.
So Freddy, I'm gonna stop you for a while. So guys, as you see, we talk about ourselves, but we want to show your niche profession, what you can do, what you can offer the customers as well.
Definitely.
It's gonna show your company as something what you the greatest, what you doing the best, and what you think no one else can do better than you. As we mentioned, Freddy do massive, brilliant 3D embroidery. Show off with us. Come, have a chat, and then you can show what you can do. Correct?
100%. This is why we're doing this podcast. We want to show people what actually goes on in this industry and who the people are. And that is why we're doing this.
What do you think? Who are we gonna get here?
I think we need to get...
Except people which one are welcome to send us DMs or
definitely.
messages.
Guys, we
they
want you
to
to
take
reach
apart.
out. Definitely. We want you to reach out and say, hi, I'm such and such from such and such company. I'd love to have a chat with you. We want to have you guys down. I think what we want to do is we want to show the big guys, the little guys, and then everyone in between, all different stages. Because not
Supplier
everyone...
chains,
suppliers, consumables, everything. People that run machines. Now, I think our first episode is going to be Dean at Midwest, who's going to come down. One of our sponsors, may I say. And then we're going to have different print shop owners. Yeah, but we're really going to get the 360 view on what the rag trade is all about. So I'm really excited.
We'll have also big names in the game, in the screen print game, in embroidery game.
We want the big guys because they've got the real stories.
Of course.
You know? So guys, we're looking very forward to going on this journey with you. I think we're going to have a great time.
Of course.